Hey everybody, your Cat Daddy here. Today we are going to have a little bit of a different spin. That's right, today is not about cats. Well, maybe a little bit, but it's about a horse, of course. Let's get horsified. Let me just start with a blank slate today. I am so taken by this court case that is just being initiated on behalf of a horse named Justice. Now, Justice was not always his name. He used to be named Shadow. When he was Shadow, he was horribly abused. He, when discovered, was 300 pounds underweight. He was covered in scabs and lice. His extremities were so frostbitten that to this day they may have to be amputated. It was a terrible case of abuse. His former owner was found guilty of criminal negligence and had to pay restitution, which is to say the medical bills up to the point where he was rescued. Let's think about Justice the horse, formerly Shadow the horse, what he had to endure, which was just awful. Now is where it gets new and exciting for people like me. And I hope for people like you, because right now, a lot of you might be cat people, dog people, turtle people. I got a turtle at home. But let's take this a step further. Animal Legal Defense Fund, ALDF, has initiated a lawsuit on behalf of Justice. Love that. On behalf of Justice. And you may be asking yourself, well, why? I mean, the owner had to pay, and now Justice is in a sanctuary in the shadows of the Cascade Mountains in Oregon. Really beautiful. He's living in a better life. Well, what about his ongoing costs? What about the psychological damage? What about the veterinary care that he will need for the rest of his life? So ALDF is suing his former owner on behalf of Justice. Justice is suing the owner. This is a groundbreaking case because this goes one step further into arguing that animals have rights under the law. Now, we've made strides for sure over the past 20 to 30 years, which lets us believe that the law is starting to catch up with our moral values. We, all of us, are in agreement, right? That animals are not the bag of muscles and neurologic firings that scientists saw them as 50, 60 years ago. We agree, don't we, that they have emotions. In fact, if you've watched any of my videos, my TV show, you would say, of course, cats have emotional lives that are incredibly deep. And let's face it, even if you're going, a horse bringing a suit against a person, well, good luck with that. Well, yes, to a certain degree. But the door that is being opened is amazing. Think about how badly animals need to be represented in this world. We know cats, dogs, cows, pigs, goats, sheep. We've seen the videos all over the place. Baby goats romping around, rolling in the hay, feeling joy. Lions that were held in captivity in roadside circuses finally stepping out of a cage for the first time in their life, looking around with wonder. You've seen joy, you've seen sorrow, you've seen anger, you've seen love. Of course, you've seen love. You've seen just ecstasy. You've seen all of these things. I mean, sure, maybe we concentrate on cats and dogs here, but horses, my God, the depth of their emotional life has been so well documented. As a matter of fact, so much of what I do with cats, I took a cue from Monty Roberts, the horse whisperer. So we agree, right, that animals have emotional lives. Then why wouldn't they have legal rights? Why wouldn't a horse who was put through such incredible abuse and suffering deserve to just have his bills covered? Just like the child who either has no parents or the parents that he or she does have has abused him or her in horrible ways. We stand up for basic civil rights for humans, don't we? Yes, of course we do, because we have a moral code that we operate by. Whatever Justice gets, that's a funny thing to say, whatever Justice gets in this lawsuit, doors open. and we start to think differently about how we can help animals who are abused. I mean, we've done amazing work in shutting down puppy mills all over this country in the past 5 to 10 years, thanks in part to the ALDF. Remember the case just a couple of years ago, you guys, when we fought on behalf of Tiger, the feral or community cat who was shot in the head with a bow and arrow? ALDF was behind that, sure. We made sure that that license was taken away and that woman did not have the right to practice veterinary care on animals. We did this, right? Because we care about animals. That's who we are. I mean, you know how I talk about being a guardian of an animal, not an owner. Why do I do that? We are voices for the voiceless, whether they have 2 legs or 4, whether they speak English or horse. We should always be thinking about that amazing quote from Gandhi, which of course I will butcher right now, but it basically says that the greatness of any society can be judged by how they treat their animals. We as a society are at a crossroads, and we can make our voices heard and just speak up for this one horse, and by doing that, change it all. This is our opportunity to be great. If successful, this court case will be the first to establish that animals have the right to sue their abusers. Justice has the right to sue the person that put him through living hell for years. Right on, Justice. All I'm asking you to do, check out the links below. Read up on this whole thing. Also, I want you to consider standing arm in arm with ALDF as they go into battle for this poor horse, and think about what you can do. Just lending your voice, lending your money, whatever it takes. If you just listen to your gut right now, that's good enough. Because I have faith in the fact that Team Cat Mojo is also Team Animojo, that you guys are with me on this. Maybe you don't know it yet, but I have faith. I have faith in humans, and I have faith that humans will care for animals in ways that these animals will say, thank you. Hey man, we gotta stand together on this one. Cats, dogs, or horses, right? Let's think about it. And like I said, check out the links below. Until the next time we meet, much light, much love, so much mojo.
I'm not a bad cat. You're a bad cat. I'm not a bad cat. You're a bad cat. I'm just misunderstood. Meow.